What happens when cold case killers finally face justice years after their crimes? From stunned reactions to emotional breakdowns, we delve into the intense moments when these elusive criminals are confronted with their past misdeeds. Before we start our journey, make sure to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon. Today we're diving into some chilling stories of cold case killers who thought they had escaped justice only to be caught years later due to advances in forensic technology and critical mistakes. Stick around as we explore how these criminals were eventually brought to justice and the unexpected twists that led to their capture. Giovanni Borjas, a killer's hubris. Giovanni Borjas, who led an ostensibly mundane life working at a pharmacy in Los Angeles, harbored a dark and malevolent secret. Beneath his veneer of normalcy, Borjas was the perpetrator of heinous crimes. The murders of two young women, Michelle Lozano, just 17 years old, and Brianna Guzman, age 22, became his victims. Lozano's body was discovered abandoned on a freeway in April 2011, while Guzman's lifeless form was found on the same stretch of road the following January. For months, the investigation languished without any significant leads, casting the case into obscurity. However, a critical blunder by Borjas would ultimately unravel his carefully concealed crimes. Surveillance footage captured Borjas spitting on the ground as he left a crime scene. This seemingly trivial act turned out to be a pivotal error, as the saliva contained vital DNA evidence. Despite this breakthrough, initial forensic tests failed to match any existing profiles in the police database. The authorities, however, refused to be disheartened. They pursued a more innovative approach, familial DNA testing. This advanced technique required authorization from the state attorney general, a process not without its challenges. In a surprising twist, Borjas' father was incarcerated at the time, and although his DNA did not match the crime scene, it provided a close enough profile to direct detectives toward Giovanni Borjas. This familial link proved to be a critical breakthrough in the investigation. By 2017, the mounting evidence, bolstered by the familial DNA results and surveillance footage, culminated in Borjas' arrest and subsequent conviction. The court hearings were marked by poignant testimonies from Guzman's family and Borjas' erratic courtroom behavior, neither of which succeeded in swaying the jury. Ebenezer Bird and the Red Bank School teacher. The saga of Ebenezer Bird and his co-conspirators, Jerry Sproutling and Gregory Jean-Baptiste, unfolds as a profoundly disturbing narrative of violence and misfortune. The trio's heinous crime involved the murder of Janelle Melton, a respected school teacher from Red Bank. Melton's life was tragically cut short in a brutal and savage attack. Her ex-husband Michael made the grim discovery of her body after she failed to attend work. The crime scene revealed a horrifying tableau. Melton had been subjected to severe torture before her death. Initially, the investigation seemed to point towards Michael as a person of interest. However, the breakthrough came unexpectedly from an innocuous pink lighter found at the scene. This lighter, unconnected to Michael, eventually led authorities to Bird and his accomplices. Interrogations of Bird and Sproutling were pivotal, and a key witness, a woman who had transported the suspects to Melton's residence, provided crucial insights that helped unravel the mystery. As the investigation deepened, phone records and other substantial evidence emerged, linking Bird, Sproutling, and Jean-Baptiste directly to the murder. These findings were instrumental in piecing together the crime. Ultimately, Bird was charged with first-degree felony murder alongside conspiracy and weapons-related offenses. His conviction led to a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, a somber conclusion to a case marked by its brutality and the relentless pursuit of justice. Govan's DNA, the case of the disappeared teens. Govan's criminal endeavors is a stark illustration of how advances in forensic science can reshape the pursuit of justice. Initially convicted for the brutal murders of two teenagers, Govan's apprehension came over a decade after his initial offense. The grim sequence of events began in 2004 when Govan abducted and suffocated 17-year-old Sherbia Thomas. Her lifeless body was discovered ensconced within laundry bags, concealed in a desolate alley. For years, Govan's identity remained elusive, obscured by the limitations of early forensic technology. Technological progress played a pivotal role in this case. Recent innovations in forensic analysis enabled law enforcement to link Govan's DNA to Thomas's murder, a breakthrough that had eluded them for years. But Govan's criminal activities did not cease with Thomas. He went on to commit another heinous crime, murdering and dismembering 19-year-old Rashawn Brazil, who was shockingly revealed to be his cousin. The investigation took a crucial turn when Govan's DNA, previously collected from an unrelated armed robbery charge in 2012, was cross-referenced and matched with the DNA found at the crime scenes of both Thomas and Brazil. Wilson Tesei, A Killer in the Shadows. Wilson Tesei's case is a compelling study in how justice can be long delayed but ultimately achieved. This elusive criminal, whose reign of terror spanned an astonishing 38 years, was responsible for a series of heinous crimes that left a mark on the community. Among his ghastly acts were the assaults and murders of 2 victims, whose identities remained shrouded in mystery for decades. One of these victims, a woman whose body was discovered in July 1980, was found bearing 29 stab wounds, a brutal testament to the savagery of Tesei's attacks. For years, she was referred to as Jane Doe, her true identity concealed by the veil of time and anonymity. The breakthrough in this chilling case came in 2013. Thanks to significant advancements in DNA technology, forensic scientists were able to link the genetic material recovered from the crime scenes to Tesei, who by this time was already serving a life sentence for multiple sexual assaults. Gerald Carnahan, the businessman who turned to crime. Gerald Carnahan's saga is both harrowing and profoundly unsettling. Once a respected businessman in Nixa, Carnahan's true nature as a murderer and rapist was uncovered in a chilling sequence of events. The tragedy began in 1985 when 20-year-old Jackie Johns vanished after her shift at a local cafe. Her car, abandoned and ominously marked by unsettling evidence, was discovered along the highway. Yet it wasn't until 4 days later that her lifeless body was found submerged in a nearby lake. Despite mounting suspicions and circumstantial evidence pointing toward Carnahan, the absence of conclusive physical evidence initially resulted in the dismissal of charges. Carnahan's criminal spree did not end there. He subsequently abducted another young woman. This attempt, however, failed and led to his arrest. With his DNA now in the system, advancements in forensic technology eventually linked him to Johns' murder by 2007. The debate: mistakes or forensic advancement? Reflecting on these criminal cases, we face a compelling question. Would these offenders have been apprehended without their blunders, or is the true champion the evolution of DNA forensics? While the advancement of forensic technology has undeniably been pivotal in cracking cold cases, it's intriguing to consider how many of these criminals inadvertently led investigators to their doorsteps through their own missteps. The sophisticated DNA profiling techniques have indeed provided crucial breakthroughs, but it is the combination of these technological strides and the criminal's own errors that has often paved the way to justice. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more about how justice is served in cold cases, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us bring more content like this to you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.